Well, those unmistakable tones only signify one game. Unless you're listening to a compilation of Bomb the Bass, of course. Yes, Xenon 2 Megablast. Love this game, and of course, mostly remembered for outstanding graphics and more outstanding sound, of course. On several platforms released, but most significantly on the Amiga, where the music was unbelievable, just like the pop song. One of the first examples of a pop song being, or a commercial track being placed onto a system in such a way. So off we go. Get ready, player one. Put the music on. Got to put the music on. So Xenon 2 follows basically the same precedent as the original game Xenon, where the Xenites are back, and this is the backstory on the sleeve. They've placed bombs in creatures, time bombs, I believe, to change history and make it so the events of the first game didn't happen, such as the convoluted nonsense. But anyway, all we care about is the shooting action, and it's good shooting action. Vertical scrolling, fantastic. The attention to detail in this organic look, I always thought was always great. It represents, graphically, it's very good on the Mega Drive. It's very similar to the Amiga, graphically at least, but it does suffer in the audio department due to the Mega Drive obviously not having the best sound capabilities on Earth. The Amiga did trounce it there. So we get a very watered down version of the Megablast theme, but it's still recognisable and still very catchy, and it may take a little bit away from the game, but doesn't detract from the gameplay. I mean, let's make no bones about it, the gameplay is in essence quite linear and not exactly groundbreaking for the time. I mean, many vertical shooters were done around, way before, in fact 1989, 1990 when this was around. Xenon, its own predecessor being one of them. So on that respect it's nothing groundbreaking, but you do have other things like the bubbles there I'm collecting. Whoa, fuck, oh bollocks. They came out of nowhere there and got me in a pincer movement. Anyway, little bubbles there I'm collecting. They collect credits I can spend at the shop when I get, if I ever get there. And along the way you get power-ups. Like I've got one already. You've got the rear fire. You get other mega power-ups and lasers and loads of other shenanigans going on in the usual shoot 'em up way. So in that respect, quite standard, but it's really good and really difficult as well. That's why the thing about shoot 'em ups, a lot of them are very difficult, and Xenon 2 is no exception. It is very difficult. These worm things are flipping annoying. Go away. There we go. But a couple of unusual things about Xenon 2 is that one thing, you can actually reverse the scrolling. It scrolls for. Oh, we'll go into the shop there. That's the midway point of the level, where you meet this chap. Very similar to the Predator, isn't he? What do you want to sell me? Well, nothing, because I want that power up. I believe this guy is called Crispin. Crispin the Alien. Now, what am I going to go for? Under the health? Probably might be beneficial. I've got enough credits for that, so I've got the health there. Buy the health, just to get me through the level, because it is tricky. And the Mega Drive version is, I don't know why, but the Mega Drive version does seem trickier than the original Amiga version, which, I'm no Amiga person, I've always said that, but it is the definitive version of Xenon 2. ST version is pretty good, but again suffers with the sound. Master System version, well, a very watered down, bang, whoa, a screen clearer, there we go. Master System version, very watered down version of basically the Mega Drive version, but doesn't do a bad job actually. Didn't came out on any of the other 8-bits. To be honest, I'm glad of that, because I think the Specky and the Amstrad wouldn't have fared very well in attempting this. Oh, got stuck there. What was that? Oh, what are these things? They look like bleeding... What do they look like? Some sort of hors d'oeuvre. Ow, fuck it. Got killed by the flying beetle bastards. Damn. At this rate, I'm not going to get to the spider crabby thing at the end. Another thing that the Mega Drive version detracts from the original game as well is that it has 4 levels, whereas the original had, on the Amiga at least, had 5 levels. So, yeah, a bit of a pity, just cut down a bit. But it's still very enjoyable. A lot of people would retrospectively review Xenon 2 on the Mega Drive now and say that it hasn't aged well, but I disagree. For its time, I think it was great. It's a fateful conversion, and decent enough to what the Mega Drive could do. There you go, I went backwards a little bit there. Got some sort of power up, but I didn't know what it was, because I didn't shoot the damn thing. Oh well. So very good, and of course, Bitmap Brothers classic. This brought to us by the assembly line. They had a hand in developing this, and of course, ImageWorks / Verdin Games. If you could, oh shit! Did I crash into him? Yeah, we've got very low health now. But for the time, fantastic game, and I still really enjoy playing this game. But as a shoot 'em up fan, I wouldn't I? And that soundtrack is still memorable. Even though the Mega Drive detracts the soundtrack a bit. Oh, got a nice little side gun here, missile gun. Woohoo! It detracts the soundtrack a little bit, but it's still familiar to the Bomb on the Base classic. Oh fuck! Oh, I just crashed into the wall. Well, that was bleeding stupid, weren't it? Well, damn! I was doing really well there. I was enjoying myself, getting very pleased with myself. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut this NRG a little bit short because I just smacked into a wall. Well, there you go. My game playing skills are shit when it comes to revisiting old classics. But there we go. Xenon 2 Megablast on the SEGA Mega Drive. Excellent game. Love it. Not the definitive version, mind, but still really good, and a game that every shoot 'em up fan should play, I insist. I insist now, go and do it! And on that note, I'll bid you farewell. Cheers, and I'll see you next time. Novabug out.